This is how you play Minecraft with the mouse and the keyboard. So some people might not be aware, but Minecraft on the PlayStation 4 does support the mouse and the keyboard. I absolutely had to, especially after my last video, I had to try it out with VR and see if it worked. And lo and behold, it actually does work. So I'm going to go over what the controls are. You guys can take a look at the gameplay. And sorry about my last video for fun. You know, we were having a little joke, we're having a little laugh. But I assure you, this does work. So the basic movement controls using the mouse and keyboard on the PlayStation VR version of Minecraft is the traditional WASD for your moving forward, left, right, whatever. But if you hold the left or right shift while you're in inventory stuff, you can stack items. And if you hold the left shift while you're not in the inventory, you can that's how you activate the sneak. Now, the left control, or double pressing W, is your sprint, and then spacebar is your jump or swim. For the mouse commands, you can use the mouse to look around. Even when you go into the menus, you can actually fully use the mouse. Like when you're in regular, it's just left and right, but when you go into that menu, you can have full control of your mouse to easily navigate the items and drag and drop things. So for some people, this is a much easier way to actually play the game compared to using the DualShock, even in VR. The left mouse button is your attack. The right mouse button is your opening things, and so it's quite easy to get used to this. You can also use the mouse scroll to scroll through your hotkey items, so that's quite nice. And if your mouse has the extra button, you can exit menus or exit whatever you're in using that button. Now when you open the inventory, which is the E button, you have a whole bunch of different things where you can go in and you can hold the shift to move items quickly back and forth with the left click, and just generally using those commands are way easier than the way it is right now. You can also use the buttons, the 1 to 9, as your hotkey thing, so if you have the keyboard memorized enough, you can quickly switch between things without scrolling through them. Now I find the mouse wheel is perfectly fine, but for some people that are more hardcore, that might work too. And you can actually use Control Q instead of just pressing Q to drop items. You can use the Control Q to drop all of the items instead of one at a time. Now T opens the chat menu, and if you go and press slash, that also opens like a full chat thing too. They seem to be different chat menus, so I don't know how that works. Maybe one of them is for commands. Now you also might be wondering how you get into the game in the first place to get out of the windowed mode. And F5 is actually what switches between those two things. That's your first person and third person perspective normally, but for VR that's your windowed mode or your full screen mode. You can actually press Control B to bring up the emotes thing, and it seems to bring up some sort of narrator function. You can also press F1 to hide the heads-up display, which gives you a much more immersive mode, especially if you're just wanting to explore a world in a peaceful situation. I have a special DLC level that's a big city, and that's the kind of level that I want this kind of mode where I can just get rid of all the menus and just be fully immersed in the Minecraft world. Now I'm sure all these commands are still available in some way using the DualShock, but this is just a faster way to access everything. I think for some people, it's a better way to play Minecraft on the PlayStation VR. Thank you guys for watching, and for trusting me this time to not lead you astray. We had some fun last time, give you some facts this time. Like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you.